the next 48 hours will be very critical para sa Marcos administration because in a couple of days, magkakaroon na ng State of the Nation address. This will be his second to the last SONA, if ever. And why is the next 48 hours critical? Well, because Thursday and Friday are the only days na po pwedeng mag-file ng kaso ang ombudsman laban kay Romualdez at maglabas ng warrant of arrest ang Sandigan Bayan. Will they pull this off? My guess is they will. Pipilitin nila ito na may mailabas na kaso laban kay Romualdez, makapaglabas ng warrant of arrest before the SONA so that they have something to tell the people na merong nangyari dito sa flood control. However, this will be the beginning of more conflict at magkakaroon ito ng political repercussions all throughout the administration because ngayon Marcos is about to lose another critical ally. He has already lost Saldico, he has already lost Romualdez, he has already lost the INC. Sino pa ang mga susunod? And how long can this administration hold on ng pabawas yung kanyang political base? Well, apparently, ang administrasyon na ito has taken this approach na they would rather be feared than to be loved. At sa pagbaba na patuloy na pagsadsad ng popularidad ng Pangulo, it seems as if ang kanilang response is just to be more ruthless, to be more defiant of the people, at gawin nila kung ano yung gusto nila. And I think the repercussion ito para sa administrasyon is that it's gonna alienate more of their allies. Sinabi ko na nga noon pa lang, after the May election of 2025, unti-unti na gumigiba ang pader ng Malacanang, but they haven't recognized it yet. They don't want to recognize it na ito na yung direction na pupunta nila. They're trying to prevent itong pag-collapse nito ng administrasyon by trying to force people to not to abandon them. And they're doing it successfully pagdating sa mga congressman at yung mga nakaupong mga politiko. However, pagdating sa mga botante, they are losing the game. The same way na ginawa nila ito kay Rodrigo Duterte, kinulong si Rodrigo Duterte before the May elections, they were hoping that it will produce the effect na matatakot yung mga tao, yung mga kaalyado, lilipat sa kanila. And the opposite actually happened. They lost the election. The administration lost. Yung lahat ng kandidato nila for senator actually lost. And they tried to impeach Sara Duterte and it failed. They tried to impeach Sara Duterte again, and now apparently it is failing again. So apparently parang lahat ng ginagawa ng administrasyon at the moment is not working. And I think may bahagi na rin dito yung intervention ng Panginoon, may divine intervention rito. Umakit lahat ng pinaplano nila doesn't seem to work at the moment. Well, the best plans of man will certainly fail sa gitna ng plano ng Panginoon. It will always be the Lord's plan that will happen. So ang mga Pilipino, patuloy lang tayo na magsisipagdasal at tayo ay magsipaghanda sa mga darating pang mga panahon. This impeachment is far from being over because this is not actually a trial on the legal issues. Sinabi ko na po itong paulit-ulit. This is a political game. Impeachment is already a lost game for the administration. They need 16 votes to impeach Sara and they can't have it. So this is just a propaganda war that is being played sa Senado, however, at a very expensive cost. At our cost. Okay lang sa akin, tirahin nyo ng tirahin si Sara Duterte, pero gamitin nyo sana yung sarili nyo mga pera. But you're using the money of the people for this propaganda war, and that is not good for the people. Wala kaming pakinabang dito sa larong ginagawa nyo. Inuubos nyo lang lalo ang pera namin, hindi para sa aming kapakinabangan, kundi sa kapakinabangan ng political na interest ninyo. So pagdating ng SONA, makikita natin, ito yung mga napipredict kong ipapangako. Merong nakulong, si Romualdez might be in jail by the time that the SONA comes around. papakita nila yung ating gain economically kasi upper middle income class na tayo. Although wala naman talagang epekto yon sa atin, sa ordinaryong buhay natin. It's just a classification na binigay ng World Bank in so far as yung access to credit is concerned. Actually, disadvantageous pa ngayon kasi ngayon hindi na tayo pwede mag-avail ng lower interest loans kasi nasa upper middle income na tayo. They're gonna highlight yung peace and security sa ating bansa, and they're gonna tell us lies at sasabihin sa atin, ligtas tayo dito sa ating bansa, bumababa ang krimen, kahit alam na alam ng mga tao na kung gaano ka-unsafe ang ating lugar ngayon. They're gonna tell us that yung droga ay napatigil na, kahit na nakikita natin na ang bentahan ng droga ngayon ay halos libre na, no, sa kalsada. No one is getting arrested. So, political stability, sasabihin nila yung America is there to back us up despite of the fact that America is telling them to get off ICC. So all of this, ang mga ipapahayag nila sa atin sa Lunes will be, of course, as expected, rosy pictures. Yung mga larawan na tila ba parang ang yaman-yaman ng Pilipinas, napakahusay ng ating bansa at wala tayong mga problema. At unfortunately for them, people now are more informed, mas maliwanag sa ating lahat kung ano yung totoong nangyayari sa ating bansa. Kasi tayong lahat naman, meron ng kapangyarihan na matuto at malaman ng katotohanan. Sapagkat tayong lahat ay nagmamasid, nakikilahok, nag-aaral. Kasi lahat ng iskombro sa mundo alam, mahirap makialam ang taong walang alam. God bless you. God bless us all. Mabuhay ang Republika ng Pilipinas. And we are the resistance.